MBA Show, the business podcast that keeps giving you more, like Ivan Drago from Rocky IV. As always, I'm your host, your coach, your teacher, Omar Zenhom. I'm also the co-founder of the $100 MBA, a complete business training and community online. That intro is backed by popular demand, so thank you guys for asking for it. Guys, today on the $100 MBA Show, we have a very, very special guest teacher. My good friend and somebody I really respect when it comes to entrepreneurship, Corbett Barr. Corbett is the founder and CEO of Fizzle.co. They have a podcast on iTunes, so make sure you check out Fizzle. It's a really, really good podcast. He also has a new podcast called Lifestyle Business Weekly. Not only is Lifestyle Business Weekly a podcast, but it's also a newsletter and a great blog. Corbett's been doing business for quite some time, and I really like his perspective when it comes to building businesses. He's a great manager, he's a great team player, and he knows how to build a great team around him. He's also one of my favorite writers. I read anything that Corbett writes. I've been reading his blog posts since back in 2009 when he first got started. And today, Corbett's going to teach you a very practical lesson. 5 steps to launching your first product. I'm so excited because Corbett is so practical and to the point. You're going to love today's lesson. So let's get into it, guys. Let's get down to business. Today's episode of the $100 MBA Show is sponsored by Braintree. Looking to set up payments for your business? Braintree gives your app or website a payment solution that accepts just about every payment method with one simple integration. Plus, they'll give you your first $50,000 in transactions completely fee-free. That's pretty awesome. To learn more, visit BraintreePayments.com/MBA. Again, that's BraintreePayments.com/MBA. Corbett Barr is not just a great teacher, meaning that he doesn't only talk the talk, he walks the walk. He's been building businesses for quite some time now, and his advice is always spot on. So you may want to listen to this episode more than once. He's going to be talking about how to build and launch your first product. In my experience, getting that first win, getting that first product out the door, regardless of how small it is so important. Getting that momentum and just seeing how this works, seeing what success looks like in business can mean so much to you as an entrepreneur. You could build upon it and grow from there. Guys, I'm going to let Corbett take over now because he's got so much to offer, but I'll be back with my takeaways at the end of the episode. So take it away, Corbett.
Hey guys, I'm Corbett Barr, co-founder and CEO of Fizzle.co. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today I'll be teaching you 5 steps to launch your very first product. All right, let's get down to business. Normally you might spend months or years working on a business idea before you ever land a single paying customer. We like to teach a different approach, one that focuses on just the essentials. The goal of your first product isn't to be perfect. The goal is simply to finish your product and launch it so you can start getting critical feedback from the people you serve. Step 1 in building and launching your first product is to define your audience, their problem, and your solution. Great products solve a specific problem or address a strong need or desire. To do this, you have to know exactly who your customers are and what they're looking for. One way to know your customers is to start with yourself. Maybe there's a problem, need, or desire you have that others are likely to have as well. Another way to understand your customers is by looking for frustrations that exist in the world. Online comments and forums are a great place to start looking. Now, once you have identified a group of people and the problem they face, you need to develop your hypothesis about how you can help. For example, you might identify people new to yoga as having a problem with feeling comfortable enough to attend a class in person. You might also feel like these people need some kind of daily reminder to keep doing yoga. Your solution in this case might be a daily yoga email containing a short instructional video. Let's say you want to sell this for $10 per month. Next is step 2. Once you have a customer, problem, and solution in mind, it's time to talk with people in real life. The biggest risk you face as an entrepreneur is building something nobody wants. To lower that risk, you need to talk to people who might buy your thing. You can find these people online by posting on social media. You can find them in forums or blog comments. You might find them from your own social circles as well. Get creative and find a small group of people to interview. Spend 30 minutes or so with each and talk about the problems they face regarding yoga or whatever topic you've chosen. Start the interviews by listening and taking careful notes. This is important. Don't just pitch your idea right away. Instead, wait until later in your session. And then when you do pitch your idea, make sure you're really listening for feedback. Find out what they like and don't like about your idea. And find out if they think they would honestly pay for something like your proposal. Once you've conducted several of these interviews, refine your problem and solution idea to reflect the feedback that you heard and decide whether you'll move forward. Step 3 is to outline and build your product. Your goal is not to build a fully functional and perfect product. Your goal is to build what's known as a minimum viable product, or the simplest thing you can release to find out if people will really pay for it and to get more essential feedback with. Building a product, of course, is outside the scope of a short podcast episode like this, but trust me, you can do it. If you're building a digital product like an online course, there is no rocket science involved. When you get stuck, just reach out to other entrepreneurs for help, or even sometimes just to share your frustration. Most of the answers you need exist either online or in conversations with people who already have something similar. Step 4 in your journey is to build buzz and launch your product. Building buzz and anticipation about your product before it launches will help ensure you make sales on launch day. Use digital content like blog posts and videos to tell your product story and build an email list of interested people. You can offer a discount or something else enticing to convince people to sign up on your interest list. Then, for your launch week, plan out who you'll tell and how you'll get the word out. The more people you reach, the more sales you can make. If you know anyone with an existing audience online, like a blogger or podcaster, see if they'll help you get the word out too. Now, remember earlier when I explained that your problem solution idea is actually a hypothesis? Well, now that you've launched, you get to prove or disprove that hypothesis. Step 5 in this process is to get feedback and then improve and launch again, or go back to the drawing board depending on what you find out. Building a successful business isn't an all or nothing proposition. It's actually an iterative process. You build solutions to problems and then let your customers tell you if you succeeded or not. Most of the time, you'll need to do more work based on the feedback you receive. This is why the minimum viable product approach is so critical, and it's why talking with customers is probably the most important thing you can do as a business owner. Okay, here are those 5 steps again. Step 1, define your customers, their problem, and your solution. Step 2, interview customers and refine your idea. Make sure that you're really listening during these interviews and not just pitching your idea with closed ears. Step 3 is to outline and build your product. Remember, if you get stuck, reach out to other entrepreneurs, other people who have already done something similar to help you get unstuck, and sometimes just to share your frustration, which can be really helpful in the moment. Step 4 is to build buzz and launch your product. The more buzz and anticipation you can build, the better off you're going to be during your launch week. And finally, step 5 is this iterative process that I was talking about, where you analyze your launch, get feedback, and then you iterate on your product and launch again. The best products in the world all start somewhere. Apple started selling a single homebrew computer motherboard kit. Facebook started as a campus directory from a college dorm room. Aim to solve an important problem, but more importantly, aim to get your thing out in the world quickly so you can get real feedback and make improvements along the way. All right, guys, this was Corbett Barr. If you want to continue learning about getting your first product out, check out a special podcast series we made for you over at The Fizzle Show. Just visit fizzleshow.co/35 to hear stories from real entrepreneurs about how they got their first products out. There's some really great stories in here. That's over at fizzleshow.co/35. Thanks again for listening.
Today's episode of the $100 MBA Show is sponsored by the creative pros at Creative Live. Creative Live helps people unlock their creative potential. Their online creative catalog is a great place to rekindle your artistic spark or dig into new skills like photography, design, crafting, music production, and business savvy. You can watch classes in their massive online catalog or come attend live and learn from the best. Experts like Tim Ferriss, Ann Geddes, and Alex Bloomberg will show you how to bring your A game to whatever revs your engine. In fact, I taught a portion of a class about webinars on Creative Live with Lou Bordone. Go to creativelive.com/MBA for 20% off any of Creative Live's classes. Thrill yourself and join a vibrant, lively community of creators today. Go to creativelive.com/NBA. Man, I'm busting. Wasn't that a great lesson from Corbett Barr? I love the way he teaches. I love how to the point and practical he is. And I also love the point that he talks about when you create a minimal viable offer or product. We talk about this a lot on the show, but he really delivered it in a great way. What's the minimal thing that you can create right now that can prove your business concept or idea is worthy, that people actually want it? Often when we think about business, we think about version 10 of our business and not version 1. Start with version 1 and start building upon that. Guys, make sure you check out The Fizzle Show on iTunes as well as the Lifestyle Business Weekly podcast. And check out Corbett Barr's work at fizzle.co and CorbettBarr.com. Thanks, Corbett, for that amazing lesson. And thank you guys for listening to the $100 MBA Show. Just a quick reminder, guys. Today's episode 457. We're well past 300 episodes, and on iTunes, they only show the latest 300 episodes. But you can get all our backlog of episodes if you subscribe to the show, so make sure you click on the subscribe button. Also, if you want to show us some love, if you love the $100 MBA Show, if you want to tell us your favorite episode, your favorite takeaway, let us know in an iTunes rating and review. Just click on the cover art and you'll see a link that says give us a rating and review. Click on that link. The rest is a piece of cake. And remember, everybody who leaves us an iTunes rating and review enters our weekly random draw to win a lifetime membership to the $100 MBA Training and Community. Our way to say thank you for showing us love. All right, guys, that wraps up today's episode. But before I go, I want to leave you with this. A lot of what Corbett was talking about is not complicated. It's simple, but it requires work. And at the end of the day, business is not complicated. It's a series of steps that you just have to take. You got to just do it, like they say in Nike. I promise you, if you follow the steps that Corbett had explained in launching your first product, you will see results. Keep it minimal, keep it small, get a win. And then next time around, you can up the ante. You can make it a bigger product. But I want you to have that satisfaction of selling something that you created or put together. All right, guys, I hope that helps, and I hope to see you in tomorrow's episode. I'll see you then, guys. Take care.